ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for
Is it
drumroll,
worth?
please.
Well, I know you're
Is it
gonna
worth?
go with that. I thought you were gonna go with the big
Well, it's gonna
bang.
cut to the credits when I do that.
Okay.
Um, is it worth the pickup? So, welcome to another installment of Is It Worth the Pickup? Honest Take by Kyle. Kyle, please let the people know what you read this week and whether or not it's worth the pickup.
All right. So this week, well, it wasn't this. I didn't pick it up this week. It was I think a week or so ago. But it was my local comic book shop owner told me about this book series, and it was one of those book series that I and movie that I like know about and I've heard about, but I never really got into. And so I decided to pick it up and read it, and it is Conan the Barbarian.
Oh, nice. Nice. All right.
So this is new. This is the newest version of Conan from Titan Comics, and like I said, my local comic shop owner, the only thing he collects, like he's retired basically, and he doesn't really collect comics anymore. The only comic that he does collect is Conan. That's his favorite character. So he has like every single Conan that's ever been released. And so he said
Nice.
that he recommended reading this. And so I went to the comic book shop and I picked it up. And I gotta say, well, first off, the art style was jarring because I'm used to seeing new new style art, if you would like to say it. And this is very art that I would see from like the Silver Age or the Golden Age type, style. But it still has very good, lines. Everything's really well defined, and overall, it's just a great story. It's about him fighting some cursed zombies, and he meets some great warriors. And I think what really stands out about it is just like Conan being a all around just a cool dude, I guess. The way else to put it. Like it's kind of hard to explain why I guess Conan's just always been sort of like that. From what I've gathered, he's always sort of had like a following that has never really like defined as to why people like Conan, I guess, at least in my eyes. It's just one of those things that's like a manly guy going on mystical adventures, fighting, demons or monsters, and, meeting beautiful women along the way. It's kind of like James Bond, I guess, in a way, but just in the barbaric times. And I just really enjoyed it. I think it's definitely one of the ones that I definitely would keep on reading. Now,
I think you just answered your own question as to why Conan has been so popular for all these years.
yeah,
A cool dude like James Bond who goes on adventures, fights the bad guys in the form of demons, meets
yeah,
hot chicks like James Bond, and he triumphs over evil.
over
So
evil.
it's I think it's a
I,
tried and true formula.
yeah, I would say that too. Yeah, I mean, it's always the hero's journey that everybody goes to. It's tried and true, and there's a reason for that because
Right.
it works. And I think it's just one of those books that I suggest picking up. So if that answers the question, is it worth the pickup? It's definitely worth the pickup.
Nice. Now, who is the writer and artist of this book?
Rob De La Torre is the artist, and Grim Zim Zub is the writer.
Jim Zub.
Jim Zub, yes.
Jim Zub.
I'm
Now,
terrible at pronouncing names.
that's right. It's okay. It's okay. Now, since I'm the older, wiser man here, Jim Zub is a great writer. He had a book out years ago, published by Image Comics, called Skull Kickers. If you have not picked up that book or know about that book or been aware of that book, I suggest you find that book at the back bins. Get those issues because they're great. Jim Zub is a great fantasy writer, and Skull Kickers was a lot of fun. I remember when I read a few issues of that series, I at first I thought, oh, it's gonna be another typical fantasy book, and again, I'm not knocking fantasy. Fantasy is great. It's just not my cup of tea. But reading Jim Zub, especially his approach to fantasy, was fantastic. I really loved that book, and so I highly recommend Skull Kickers. That's worth the pickup all in itself. But for Kyle here, picking up Conan and Jim Zub writing Conan, it's the perfect marriage for that.
Right.
So I hope you guys take Kyle's word for it. It is worth the pickup, right? I'm assuming is that what
It's worth the
right?
pickup. Yes.
It's worth the pickup. So check out Conan, published by Titan Comics,
Titan Comics.
written by Jim Zub and drawn by I forget his name.
Rob Delatour.
Rob Delatour. So check that out, guys. I think that pretty much sums up today's episode, Kyle. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
I hope you get to meet Jim Zub one day so you can get that book signed by him, hopefully for free.
As long as he doesn't charge an arm and a leg for it.
So with that said, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. Almost messed that one up. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think of this series. Do you guys want us to keep on going? Do you guys have other topics you guys want us to cover? We won't shy away from any topic. We'll talk about anything and everything, as long as it's within the confines of pulp culture, movies, TV, and comic books. I hope you guys have a good one. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Peace. Bye.